City Health Board, which is being held in public. A very warm welcome to all those who are observing the meeting in person today, including Rhondda Cyntaf, County Councillor, and Crimmins, and a very warm welcome to you this afternoon. Very warm welcome to our board and our annual general meeting. Also, very warm welcome to our colleagues from Christ who have remained with us for this meeting and who were with us for the previous board meeting as well. The AGM is being recorded, and the recording will be available following the meeting on our website for anybody who wishes to view it. Moving on to item 2, a formal presentation of our CTM annual report and accounts. And I'm delighted to ask Gareth Watts to formally present the report of the accounts for 2023-2024.
Diolch, Cadeirydd. Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon, everyone. So I just want to start by reminding everyone around the statutory framework in which we operate at Health Board in Wales. So we are required to produce an annual report every year, and that annual report is completed in accordance with with guidance and regulations set out by both HM Treasury and the Welsh Government itself. As such, our annual report and accounts has 3 constituent parts: performance report, the accountability report, and of course the financial statements themselves. During the production of this document, there is a significant amount of work across the Health Board, which goes into input from colleagues in all kinds of departments across the Health Board, and we'd like to outline appreciation for everyone that contributed to putting this document together during this year. I'd like to pay particular thanks to colleagues in finance who obviously lead on the financial statements elements, and to both Callie and Emma in the governance team who have led on the coordination of all the various different parts which go into the narrative annual report part of the accounts and annual report. So this development, the annual report goes through a number of stages of review and scrutiny, both internally and externally, from colleagues, from the board itself, from both internal and external audit, and that culminated in approval of the annual report and accounts by this board on the 11th of July of this year, and then that followed by certification by the Auditor General for Wales the following day on the 12th of July. Following that, the annual report and accounts were laid at the Senedd and submitted to the Welsh Government. So just that formal confirmation that we have fulfilled all our statutory responsibilities as an organisation in that regard. I know that Mark Thomas, our Deputy Director of Finance, is going to talk a little bit more about the year-end financial position, so I will leave that to him. But just to draw out some of the highlights from the narrative elements of the annual report, we outlined the continuing importance of our engagement with our communities and the fact that we've expanded the diversity and geographical spread of our CTM 2030 leader network across our communities, which is really incredibly important to us as an organisation in engaging with our various communities. We opened the landmark Snowdrop Centre in September of 2023 across the road, which provides a one-stop clinic of diagnostic and treatment centre and provides ongoing care and support to breast cancer patients who are referred to in by their GPs. The board invested in robotic assisted surgery. I know that the board received an update on progress in this really innovative area this year, just this morning, and we are now a member of the National Robotic Assisted Surgery Programme. This helps to deliver greater precision in procedures, delivers better outcomes for patients, and importantly reduces post-operative stays for our patients as well. We are an organisation of nearly 13,000 people, and again our annual report reflects the fact that this remains our greatest asset, and they help us deliver our workforce, help us deliver care for our population in all settings right across our area. And as an organisation, we maintain our commitment to supporting our staff in fulfilling productive and fulfilling careers with them. And during 23-24, we've also introduced the new Seren Award scheme, where success amongst our staff is recognised internally while more externally, our staff have been recognised in a number of external award ceremonies, including at the NHS Wales Awards. A good example of where our staff made a real difference is in Clyddiad during 23-24. Our inpatient unit for child and adolescent mental health patients, where that unit was de-escalated in August of 2023 to routine monitoring, and it's really testament to the hard work of our staff to get us to that position and to continue to deliver ongoing better patient care. They implemented a quality improvement plan and an improvement board, which has ensured the ongoing development in those areas and delivering the best possible outcomes and experiences for both young people and, importantly, the families that support them as well. I think everything that we've delivered in the year has been set against a backdrop of the increasingly difficult public finance situation, and the board's continuing to apply financial rigour, balancing with the ever evolving needs of our communities in order to deliver better outcomes. So that's just a snapshot, really, Chair, of some of the highlights from the report. It is a long report. The narrative elements of the report, the English language version, run to 177 pages. There are then some 76 pages of financial statements as well. The reports are available on our website. Ac mae version Cymraeg ar ein wefan hefyd. There's a Welsh language version of our annual report on our website for people to look at as well. And I'll end the presentation there. Thank you.
Thank you, Gareth. It is a long report, but it is one way in which we can account in a very public way, at length and in detail, in terms of what the Health Board has achieved over those 12 months. So thank you to you and the team for the work that is done in the preparation of that report. And as I said, we'll come on to the accounts position in a moment. Any questions to Gareth on the report itself? Okay. Thank you very much. Moving on to item 3, the end of year financial position 2023-2024. Delighted to welcome Mark Thomas, our Deputy Director of Finance, to present the end of year position. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Chair. This is just a very short presentation on the end of year financial position for 23-24. It does seem a very, very long time ago now. Just by way of introduction, the Health Board has prepared a set of consolidated accounts for 23-24. That includes the hosted bodies of WISC and ESC. So the accounts show the consolidated position and the Health Board only position. And the bit I'm going to concentrate on today is just the Health Board position, and focusing in particular on the four key sort of statutory/financial targets. Next slide, please. So these are the four key targets that we have. Firstly, we got a statutory duty to have an approved IMTP. We didn't hit that target last year. We got a financial duty to break even against the revenue resource limit, and that's taken over a 3-year rolling period, and we didn't achieve that one. We did achieve 3 and 4, which is to break even on the capital resource limit over the same 3-year period, and the last one is our prompt payment target to pay our non-NHS bills within a precise period. I'll say a little bit more now on each of the 4 individual targets. Firstly, target 1, that's the approved IMTP. We did submit our IMTP for 23-24, the 3-year period, in accordance with the planning framework and on time. However, the plan that we submitted did include at the start of last year a planned deficit of 79.6 million. And given that financial position, the IMTP wasn't approved by Welsh Government. Next slide, please. The next one then is to have revenue financial balance over a 3-year period. Now we did report a surplus, a small surplus in 23-24 of 109,000. However, we did have a very large deficit in 22-23, and when obviously taken together, we didn't break even over the 3-year period, so we didn't achieve the 3-year target. Next slide, please. This slide is just giving you a very high level summary really of where the split of our spend is incurred. It's now 1.4 billion, and you can see the main areas there split between primary care, external to the health board, other providers, etc. So that's just a very high level revenue summary. And the next one, please. And the target 3 then is capital financial balance, again over the 3-year period. We have had a very small surplus in each of the last 3 years, so we did meet that target on a 3-year rolling basis. Next one. This slide just gives you, a summary really of where we spent our capital allocation. We have a capital allocation of 79.4 million. And you can see that it's very heavily dominated by the PCH major refurbishment. So 53 million of the 79 million was incurred up in PCH. And the next one, please. And then the last target, as I said, is the prompt payment target. I'm pleased to say that we did achieve this target in 23-24 with a 96.9% compliance rate. So in summary, we achieved 2 of the targets and we didn't achieve the other 2. That's all. Thank you.
Much appreciated. Okay, any questions? Mark on the financial position as of last March year? Yes, Rachel?
So going back to what we discussed in the main board about our financial position and the likelihood that we got this risk that we may not actually finish with a balanced budget, and going back to the fact that we didn't have an approved IMTP before, what are the consequences of this really? Because there are other health boards that haven't delivered a balanced budget on their IMTPs, and so it's just for me to understand what the consequences are, maybe.
Not really clear. I think if we come on to it later in the subsequent session, but we've got a balance, we've submitted a balanced plan for this year.
Yeah.
If we go off that plan, we would have to submit an accountable officer to explain how we've gone off that plan. But then that would, in effect, the way it would play through into the statutory targets is because we failed the 3-year duty last year, but we balanced in 23-24. So if we did balance in 24-25, we'd have a chance of doing our 3-year duty in 25-26. So it rolls over the 3 years.
If there are other comments or questions, thanks to Mark for the presentation. Moving on to the last item, which is the opportunity for question and answer session. We do give the public the opportunity of submitting questions in advance of the annual general meeting. However, I've been advised that no questions have been received. That say though, however, as a health board, we do continue to encourage questions from members of the public throughout the year, which can be submitted to the health board through various means and communication methods. Of course, we've had an increase in the number of people observing our boards, and we still encourage people to get in touch. However, that does bring us to the close of our annual general meeting. Rydw yn nawr y dod y cyfarfod blynyddol cyffredinol dderbyn a hofyn y diolch y bawb sydd wedi cyffrynau ni sydd wedi bod yn gwylio. And I'll bring the annual general meeting to a close. I would like to extend my thanks to all those who have attended today's meeting. Thank you very much.